Good morning, everybody. We're here on a brand new job today. We're going to be doing a driveway here. They actually got a new apron approach poured out, and we're going to be doing a driveway for this new ADU they built in the backyard. So we're going to have concrete coming through here all the way through here, and this entire area is basically going to be concreted. Yeah, it's a real sweet and simple job today. It's just concrete. There's no drains, no electrical, no plumbing. So it's a pretty easy job. They just connected this ADU to the power. So we're ready to get down to business now. And then coming through the back of this ADU, we're also gonna have more concrete. And in case you're wondering what an ADU is, it's a very common thing people are doing out here in California to maximize their property value and just get the most out of it. But it's an accessory dwelling unit. And basically what it is just people come in and they build another house on their property. So as you can see here, they got one house here, and then they get 2, 3, 4 families inside of one property. And yeah, it's crazy, but hey, it worked for us. We're making money on it. Yeah, we're gonna get down to demo. We got Timmy here, my brother, and then we got our normal crew, Enrique, Luis, and Enrique Jr. Yes, sir. But yeah, I'm gonna download this Bobcat. We're gonna get it on. Keep you updated as we make progress.
Hi, this is David Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. This is my son's job down in Orange County, California. Like he was saying, this is an ADU, and they're very popular down here, and especially in Orange County, LA County area, because of the population and the cost. Kind of like an affordable solution to, getting some housing. So the first thing they did here is they established elevation. They broke out the laser level. They just worked off the existing. You got the patio on the side. You got to make sure that they have slope from there out to the front yard and also from the new ADU. All those elevations matter, and you have to get slope from there to the front yard or to the planter and then to the front yard. Either way works. So as Tyler's digging out the front, because that's where most of the dirt's coming out of, is in the front area, front of the gate. This area is very minimal, maybe just a couple inches behind the gate. But out here in the front, a good 4 to 5 inches. But that's how grass works. As the grass, if you never strip the lawn down, it just keeps building up from dead lawn going into, because a lot of times when people mow these lawns, they're not really catching the clippings, so that just sits there, and then over time it just keeps building up. So inevitably, you have probably within about, I'd say 10, 15 years, you're up about 3 inches. Back here was actually a little bit deep, so we brought some road base in here. You'll notice that little step. The step right here, because we have 2 elevations on the existing. Part of the patio is higher on the other part of it. So we picked the high side to get some positive slope. So by doing this with the screed board and getting your elevation really locked in, you can calculate your concrete pretty close. Like if you're just to eyeball this thing, you're gonna have little variance in what you order. But by screeding it off like that, you're gonna get a really close, accurate estimate on how much concrete you're gonna be using. Before you ever do concrete, you always wanna make sure you get your underground in. That's what that was, a little future irrigation supply line to probably future planter bed or whatever, but it's there for future because it's hard to get them in later. Rebar on 2-foot centers, pretty standard. That's what you're going to want down here in the Southern California region, is the earthquake prone area. Right here, the homeowners came out, were observing this overnight till we got to this point, and they added a couple more underground. This job figured up pretty close. It was we could get it with 2 loads, 2 10-yard loads, and 10 yards is the max you're going to be able to carry in this area due to road limits. So we didn't want to get 3 loads, so that's another reason we graded this just right on and screeded the base. This is a 3000 PSI, and it's going down pretty stiff. It's probably about a 5-inch slump right now. Matter of fact, it was going down so stiff that they actually sprayed a little water on the surface before they bull floated it in. And you can do that as long as you don't put too much water. If you put too much water, you're actually weakening the surface. So there's a fine line. Even when you're brooming the concrete, when you add water to broom, it's the same thing. If you put too much, you've ruined it. If you put just a little bit, you know you're fine. There's a semi-cold joint forming, but the second load got here just in time. We're able to get it together without having to put another joint there. Another 40 minutes and we would have had to put a cold joint, one that you'd see. And it's not that bad, although it kind of ruins your spacing on your joints. So what you don't see is there's 3 other guys on knee boards going around the back of the house, because there's also a little step build that we didn't really show. So you've got some step facing going on behind us and all the way around the back of that ADU. Ended up making it with 20 yards. So that worked out good so far. The joint spacing is at about 8 foot. So you basically have about an 8 by 10 square or rectangle. Here's the broom following it up right behind them. And this stuff is pretty tight right now because even when they were troweling, I noticed they were putting a little water on it. Juan's brooming it, and he's wearing some special shoes that kind of oversize your shoes so that you can actually walk out on the concrete without leaving footprints. And those are nice when you're brooming the concrete. You can see them there. So that second load caught up with the first load. And that's because the second load was in direct sunlight the whole time. Here's the day after, and you can see it's curing out pretty quick. It's starting to whiten out here and there. It's a little spotty, but it's curing out quick. And what we'll do here is remove all the forms, get rid of all the concrete debris, the slag from the runoff, and then do a little backfilling along the edges, pressure wash, and then see what we have at the end. There's that little extra PVC sticking out for future planter bed. And this is a nice little pressure washer here. It's a DeWalt unit.
Alrighty guys, it's about a day after the pour. We just finished stripping all the forms. We're cleaning up right now, and this is your finished product here. So it's kind of curing out, as you can see. It's kind of discolored. We're also spraying it down with some water right now, kind of doing our final cleanup. But yeah, this is it. I mean, it came out really nice. We got away with 20 yards on this project, and you know, we're about 4 inches deep everywhere. Rebar 2 foot on centers, and there's not a crack in it. No drainage issues, which is surprising because the flipper that we're actually working for didn't want any drains in here, even though we suggested them. But we got away with sloping it out properly. Got a little step down here. We also filled in this trench all along this way. Coming to the side yard, we got another step up, then a little 3 foot walkway. Really nice broom finish on this one. We also stubbed out a water pipe for future reference because they're going to do some landscaping throughout here, and this will be the irrigation for that whole section. Step down here, filled up this trench, and then we come around here, we got this little step done, and then just filled in this little section here. And yeah, it all came out really nice, and that's a job well done. Until next time, we're going to keep it pushing, get on the next job. Not to mention also, this is Arizona joints, so you can see they're nice and big. I kind of like these ones better. I know a lot of people will say they're bigger, so they're going to catch a lot more, you know, debris, and they're going to, you know, not be as pleasant to roll over if you're rolling stuff over for whatever reason. But I mean, that's all true, but I mean, just the look of it, I think it looks better. And if your joints are ever crooked or whatever, you don't really see it as much with the Arizona joints. So yeah, I mean, on stamped concrete, you got to do them Arizona unless you come back and cut them the next day, because if you do the California joints, they collapse and cave in on you. But yeah, here it is.
All right, so that about wraps up this video. Another perfect job from Odell Complete Concrete. And this AD unit now is ready for rent, an average rent for something like that. And I think that's in Garden Grove, California. That's going to go for about $3,500 to $3,800. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.
Odell.